to club reaction to Rangers now Celtic in the first Old Firm game of the season. A rather underwhelming affair, and I'll get my opinion out right there and then. Nothing has changed for me. It's still exactly the same as it was before this game kicked off. Ali, you're joining me for this. I'm just happy we were wrong, mate, and we didn't get absolutely turned over.
There's a positive for you. We all said that we thought Celtic would come and turn us over. I'll be honest, it was a really poor game of football. Two really poor teams. I've not watched Celtic this season at all because I don't really have an interest in them, but watching them, I can understand when I speak to the fans now what they're moaning about, because they're poor as well. They showed they were poor too, but we're just as poor, to be honest. And yeah, I think we're still where we're at, Carney. For me, there's no change. We don't look like we can score. We look like we could play all day and not score.
Anything.
I never thought we were going to score. Rangers didn't have a shot on target, so that's a start there. So yeah, I know Russell Martin's come out and said something about Rangers having a lot of shots in terms of the league, but
he said we were the best. We're not. We're third.
We're not. Hearts have got the best, but you can't put the ball in the back of the net, can he? You can't win football games, and at the moment we just can't do that. And I just thought it was a really, really poor game of football.
It was. We were quite flat going to the game today. I kind of expected me to be a wee bit flat. I didn't expect really to get the battle fever on them, use the cliche. I really didn't expect it to happen. Make that me unstaunched, then so be it. But I just couldn't. I didn't see how Rangers were possibly going to make any sort of inroads or making any sort of argument to win the game. I just couldn't see it. The starting 11, it was good to see Majowski back, and look, I'll give Russell Martin credit where it's due. He didn't play the players that I didn't want to see, which I can't really be too critical of that, because Tavernier came back in at right back, Barron started over Rothwell, and obviously Majowski started up front over Danilo, which is what I wanted to happen. I'm delighted that it did. There was no, again, it's big. It's big in terms of the calls that he made to not play them. However, the big talking point through all of it again is still that Nico Raskin wasn't in the squad, and this saga is going to continue to run on and on and on. And yeah, if we could have been doing with one player today, it would have been Nico Raskin.
Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall for Raskin. I think he'll be away by the end of the transfer window tomorrow. But I agree. The players he brought in was the players. But we didn't want to see Rothwell, we didn't want to see Aarons, we didn't want to see Danilo, so we didn't see the players. The players he brought in, Connor Barron, I looked at the midfield, Carney, before we started, I thought it's a bit lightweight for me, but when you come into it, you've got to give Connor Barron played his heart out today. I don't think Connor Barron's good enough, I'll be honest about it. He's a decent squad player, but going forward, we desperately need a midfielder in the middle of the park. I think we lack somebody with a bit of personality, somebody will say, give me the ball, let me dictate. I don't think we have a player like that. And Asgard as well, I'm sort of waffling here, but Asgard as well. He's a kick up.
When do we not waffle?
I know, but Asgard for me, a guy I wanted to really see, and flat to deceive. Needs a kick up the arse for me. Looks like a guy
needs a wake up call.
Swans about the park. But the team lineup was, when I seen it I thought, right, okay.
Yeah, it's what we wanted. It is what we wanted. Into the game itself, it was a drab affair. It really was. It wasn't great. Rangers maybe edged the first half, really, but again, it was a game where no keeper really had anything to do. The biggest talking point from the first half is the penalty shout when Majowski is through and he gets on the wrong side of Scales, and he goes down. For me, Ali, I've seen it back. I think it's a penalty, and without having a tin foil hat on, mate, I think if that's up the other side of the pitch, Celtic get a penalty for that. For me, it's a penalty.
When I seen it instantly live, I instantly thought it was a penalty because he got goal side of Scales, and as soon as he went down, I thought that's got to be a penalty. But Don Robertson waved it away as he would, probably thinking VAR might intervene if there was a penalty. It didn't, I don't think. We didn't hear about VAR coming up for a possible check.
I think VAR would have checked. Yeah. Well, it didn't come on the screen.
Yeah.
They have to have checked that.
Yeah, they've checked it. Obviously in the VAR room, they've obviously thought it wasn't a penalty. I've seen it back. I've seen them given. It's more towards a penalty for me than not a penalty. I know Liam Scales has come out and said the usual pish that he said Majowski died, but he was goal side of Liam Scales, who is a very poor defender. I thought it should have been a penalty.
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty. I think everybody in Ibrox screamed for it. To be honest, it was. I just, for me, instantly, I just thought it's got to be a penalty, but it wasn't. It wasn't awarded. After that, as I said, it just, there's not a lot to get into, honestly, and I'm not being obtuse by doing that. There just wasn't. There's not an awful lot to get into. So no team were really creating any chances. We did have the ball in the net from a set piece. John Shooter was ruled to be offside after he headed through it, and obviously we've seen it back. It is definitely offside. Half time, Ali, I was thinking, at least I'm not as upset as I thought I was going to be, because I genuinely thought that, and I don't, I'll speak about Celtic. I think they've struggled without a striker. Obviously, their carry on that they have happening with a striker just now is almost as embarrassing as our defeat midweek. But they don't have an out-and-out striker. I thought Maeda was wasted for them through the middle. I don't think he had any impact on the game. I think Kieran Tierney is a myth. I genuinely do. I think he's here for a retirement plan more than anything else. I don't see what they think that he's going to bring to them. And I thought the middle of the park for them. I thought Asgard, I'll give him credit because he did kind of nullify McGregor to an extent. I think he gave him a bit of a hard time trying to get space to get that usual pass that he wants where McGregor wants to pass. I thought Hatate was no good for them today at all. But for us, as I say, Conor Barron was the one in the first half that stood out for me. And I know what you were saying about we need a playmaker. We need a guy that's maybe sitting in that six to be a playmaker. Maybe in these games that's not what his job should be as a six. His job should be legs, like constant running, breaking up the play, and I think he done all that. I mean, compared to what we've seen Rothwell do, it was night and day in that defensive term, if that makes sense.
I thought Conor Barron was excellent today. I thought he was, for the job he came in and had to do, I thought he brought energy. I thought he did what he was came in to do for a six. I thought he was excellent today, Conor Barron. I just don't think he's good enough going forward as a week in, week out.
If we want him to be a creative player, then no, I get it.
No.
If we want a guy as a six just to be an enforcer of the fact that he can defend well, we can break up play, he's got good legs in him, I think he's good. I think he's good enough to do that. He's well more suited than that. If it means we can get Rothwell filling up the pitch by playing Barron there, I would like to see that.
Yeah. No, I think he is. I still don't think he's a starter for Rangers, Conor Barron. I think a very good squad player. Today I thought he was excellent. When I won off game today, I thought he was excellent, but I still don't think he's good enough. I think he's a squad player. But the first half, we thought we were going to get. We thought a bit of cricket squad today potential with Celtic. Like I say, I was shocked at how poor Celtic were because I haven't seen them at half time. We looked at each other and went, right, well, it's 0-0. Had most of the ball, but not really doing anything. I never felt Rangers were going to cut Celtic open. I always thought we may score for a set piece potentially, but we did turn each other at half time. Carney went, this has been 0-0 written all over it because both teams looked like they wouldn't score. The only thing I thought of was Rangers have always got a bomb scare moment, and we could maybe lose one.
Giga tried a few times.
Maybe lose one that way, but I just half time I just didn't see it scoring.
Giga in the first half did try a few times, a few bomb scare moments from him. Second half much better. I'll take Ali's thunder here. See, when he just defends and gets the ball away, he's actually quite good at that. See this, getting the ball down, trying to play passes. No, that's not his game, and I don't think we should be doing it. So I don't think he was particularly great. But it's the first half. Into the second half, I actually halfway through the first half, I turned to Gordon and Megan to sit next to me, and I said, "This has got nothing each written all over it." Generally, both teams really, really quite poor. Not an advert for Scottish football, that Old Firm game, I'm sure, and we'll probably never watch it back anyway. Second half was very much the same. There was not a massive great change in it. I thought Celtic had
They grew into
the game a little bit,
they grew into
in the second half. But even the shots that they had though from outside the box, they were really comfortable for Butland. We tried at points to make things difficult for ourselves instead of just playing the easy pass and getting things out. I think we were much more. It was a better flow to the system than what we've seen recently. Defensively it worked. Attackingly though, it's the big worry. It really is the big worry. Ali, we do not make chances. I mean, Majowski ran his heart out today up the top of the pitch, but he had nothing to go on at all. I don't know why Gassam stayed on the right and didn't move to the left eventually, because Ralston was in toast. Ralston wanted off that pitch as quickly as he possibly could. Tierney started to tire. I thought we should have made the change with bringing Mikey Moore off. Mikey Moore was decent, but I think we should have took him off, put Antman on and give him a chance to get at Tierney, get Sam to get at Ralston, but we never done it. And I kind of felt sorry for Majowski, who just ran his heart out the whole time he was on the pitch.
Yeah, he tried, he's physical. Majowski ran, but then the wingers either side didn't really press when he pressed. So Mikey Moore, he's a young boy, Mikey Moore. I thought he struggled, I'll be honest about it. I thought he really struggled. Wee flashes there and then, but when he brought Antman on it, yeah, I agree. I thought he would have switched him, put Gassam on the left where we've seen him play, and put Antman on the right, and he didn't. And it just didn't work. The only time I've seen Gassam, which is weird to say because I want to say Gassam all the time, he went past Tierney as if he wasn't there at one point, pulled the ball back, and we were unlucky. I think they cleared it, but it was the first time he really went by him. But yeah, I just thought it flat to deceive up the top line, Carney, and it's a pattern I've seen for Rangers in the past umpteen games, especially in the league. We just don't look like scoring. Yeah. Russell Martin can tell us that Rangers have had umpteen shots, but at the end of the day, we're not putting the ball in the back of the net, Russell, so
doesn't mean anything.
We didn't look like putting the ball in the back of the net, and if we can't do that, we're not going to win games at football, and we need to get that correct going forward. I know we're looking at a guy for Everton coming in, but we need another striker. We need somebody in the middle of the park as well. There's probably a left back as well. So interesting 24 hours, whatever it is, but yeah, middle to front we need more, because we just look, and I hate saying my favourite word last season, powder puff.
There you go. To have no shots on target against Celtic in the first
Ibrox as well.
Ibrox in the first Old Firm game of the season, when you really, really, really need a win, it's a worrying start. It really is a worrying start. We are where we are just now. I'm not going to say Russell Martin should get sacked, because he isn't going to get sacked. So there's not really any point in going down that road anymore. He's now here, probably for the foreseeable, unless things go terribly wrong over the next month or so after we return back from the international break. But he is here. I say Kavanagh's doubled down on him now, so we're going to have to accept it. There's a massive whatever's left of this transfer window, a day or so. About 30 odd hours when they're getting do quick maths. Yeah, about 30 odd hours left, I think, of this window that Rangers are really going to have to get right. They really are going to have to get right. There is still major work to be there. We looked a bit more together today. We looked like we wanted to run for each other. We showed a bit more fight. I know that doesn't win us football games, because it hasn't today, but it's something that we haven't seen for the last couple of games.
I thought they gave everything in the park, Carney. Yeah. I just think we're limited as a team.
Yeah, we are limited as a team, but I still believe that Russell Martin shouldn't be the Rangers manager. Just put my cards on the table, but there's no point in me getting upset about the fact that he is, because he's going to be here now, so you have to accept it. We have to try and move on from it, and hopefully these signings, Ali, that we're going to have to make over the next, as I say, day and a bit, they're huge. They really are massive. And he'll never die by them, I think, because he's one loss away, mate, from everybody saying, well, that's enough. Even though we've all said it, but now that we're here, do you know what I mean by that? Like, there's like a weird...
Yeah, I don't think anyone's opinions changed at the moment. We're kind of where we were before the start of the game, if you want to say that we are in terms of the league. Hearts are 6 points ahead of us. We play Hearts in 2 weeks' time. They're going well, Hearts. They'll fancy their chances against Rangers.
We're sixth in the league after 4 games.
We are. This is not good enough for any Rangers team. He's got 2 weeks on the training ground, Carney. Some folk might say that's bad for us in terms of me, but he's got 2 weeks. The transfer window will shut as of Monday, so you'll know exactly by then what team he's got to play with, what squad he's got. So he's got 2 weeks. We come back, we've got Hearts, we've got Hibs in the League Cup as well, Carney. And we've got to start winning football games, and we've got to go on a run with it as well.
Yeah.
So it's over to him. He's going to be here Cam.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere. No, but he's got to get a tune in this person. We've got to start seeing something, because at the moment we just don't really score.
No, we definitely don't. On Tuesday we will be back with a Club Deck Corner, the first one of the season. Eventually we're going to get to do one. We're going to go through obviously the full squad after this window closes and kind of discuss where we are from there. Underwhelming to say the least today. It really is. But again, I'm not half as disappointed as maybe as I thought I was going to be.
At least we'll get 2 weeks off Rangers as well.
Somewhere. Thank you for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all the usual stuff. We'll speak to you on Tuesday. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.